Lorraine Ferretti, Director of Regional Development for RE/MAX of New York. I'd like to welcome you to RE/MAX One-on-One, where you get an up-close and personal look at the agents and brokers that make up the RE/MAX family. My guest today is Larry Grebinar. Larry's an associate broker with RE/MAX Hearthstone in Merrick. He's been licensed since 1992, and he joined RE/MAX Hearthstone in 1999. Larry specializes in buyer brokerage. He also holds several designations, such as Certified Distressed Property Expert, Certified Buyer Representative, and Senior Real Estate Specialist. Welcome, Larry.
Well, thank you.
I understand you have an interesting story regarding your career in real estate, and especially your career with RE/MAX.
Thanks. It's been an interesting time. I started, as you said, a little more than 20 years ago.
So, Larry, you were a RE/MAX broker with your own office.
Yes, I was. And I enjoyed working, running the office and helping my agents succeed. But one day, I awakened and came to the thought that I wanted to get back in the field and work with buyers and sellers. That was my passion. So instead of running an office, I wanted to be out there, and I made that decision, and I sold the office in 2009.
You said you sold the office in 2009.
I did.
So, Larry, I'll bet your agents were a little disappointed.
Yes, they were.
Oh.
But I was back in the field, working with them, by the way. It was still my RE/MAX office, same location. It was terrific. And I was out there in the field, having fun, making money. And one day, the broker decided he was going to drop the RE/MAX franchise. I was a bit surprised and then disappointed, but I figured I've been in the business a long time. I don't need the franchise. I can do it without. So I could go or I could stay. I decided to stay. Well, I found out that I did need a franchise. So I started scouting around, looking at other offices and trying to decide where I was going to go. After interviewing a few brokers, I decided RE/MAX is where I wanted to be. So I went to RE/MAX Hearthstone to discuss it, and my decision was to move back to RE/MAX, and I went to RE/MAX Hearthstone.
So the brokers that you talked to when you were coming back to the RE/MAX, coming back to the RE/MAX organization, you interviewed several brokers in the area, and
Yes.
you decided that RE/MAX Hearthstone was the best fit for you.
Yes. Well, frankly, the other offices weren't RE/MAX. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, but after interviewing them, I decided that RE/MAX was the place to be. It offered so much. RE/MAX University, 100% commission. It offered the busiest and highest ranked real estate website. There was so many things, but the RE/MAX atmosphere was another one. The office was very friendly, and it seemed like a really good place to work.
I understand you mentioned RE/MAX University. You've been watching some of the RE/MAX University programs lately. Somebody as seasoned as you are, I would think you know an awful lot about this business. Why did you start watching the RE/MAX programs again? To get caught up with what's new, or to continue your education? How did the RE/MAX University help you?
Well, thanks for calling me seasoned instead of old. Well, RE/MAX University, as you know, is a compilation of some of the national trainers. And I have found throughout my 20-year career that every time I went to training, I was able to learn something. And each of the RE/MAX segments that I watched, no matter which trainer it was, I always got something new out of it, and I was really comfortable with that. So I kept going back.
Oh, that's great. And you also attended the agent retreat at Mount Airy Lodge this year.
Yes. Yeah, that was wonderful. There was education, but it was a very social event, interacting with agents from all over New York State. It was terrific. Good speakers, good food, gambling, and education.
A lot of fun.
All together. I had a great time.
Oh, that's great, Larry. That's great. So tell me, if somebody was considering making a move to RE/MAX, what would you tell them?
Call Lorraine right away.
Thanks. If you knew another broker that was trying to decide what to do with their business in a time of great stress for this industry, what advice would you give another broker, an independent, about RE/MAX?
Well, it's time for an independent to join a franchise, and RE/MAX is the number one in so many ways.
Larry, you've been with the RE/MAX system since 1999. What is it that you like about being with RE/MAX?
Well, there are a few things. I like the fact that I'm independent. I like the fact that they're supportive. I like the 100% commission, of course. The website is unbelievable. It gets me so many leads.
Mhm.
And there are probably a half a dozen other things.
And being with the #1 brand helps.
It sure does. It's a #1 brand in real estate.
Thanks, Larry. If you'd like more information on how to join RE/MAX Hearthstone, you can call me at 516-393-7813 or email at remaxhearthstone@remax-ny.com. This is Lorraine from RE/MAX of New York saying thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time on RE/MAX One-on-One.